I do want to ask you, because this might be a little controversial to part of this, though. So what do you think about this? Because I feel like a woman that studies like what you're studying, I think a lot of women look through like their own lenses, right? Their own experiences. We were just talking about this, me and John, too. So when they're like studying relationships and all that stuff, do you think, like, be honest, like, do you think women look more through their own lenses of how women look at themselves like a main character, almost, especially a beautiful woman, right? They're gonna always.
You pointing at me when you said a beautiful woman.
Well, you already know that.
Yeah,
you already know. You already know. Hey, you know what it is, John. No, but I mean, I'm serious. Like, right? Like, beautiful women, I feel like are the most like, and like, we can even go into like delusional, because they see things from only their point of view, because the world like just kind of revolves around them. Like everything, their attention, everything just like consumes them, right?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of women, when they are in a relationship, it's hard for them to see anything from actually how the world sees it. Like everybody outside's point of view, right? So even if they're wrong, they can't believe that they're wrong about things because they only know what's right to them. Do you see it for that, or why are you smirking though?
Because I'm on the side of men and women. Okay. I don't just want to.
Well, I am too, though.
I know, that's why I have to say that. Just because I'm on the side of both doesn't mean I'm not gonna hold both accountable.
Yeah.
And women do need to hold themselves more accountable. We selfish creatures, and since we selfish creatures, it's hard to call us out on something, because we attach that to our egos. And if we wrong, we're terrible people, and we don't like to feel bad about ourselves in that way.
Yeah.
But if women step outside of themselves and realize, okay, if this person does actually like me, especially if they chose the right person, then it's not because they hate me or this or that. It's because it's just something that you got to get better at. We not perfect. We should all be malleable. And I think that most women aren't, because once a woman is in her head, like in love with herself, she's not gonna get better because she thinks she's perfect. Yeah. And that's a bad trait to have, because you gotta always be like, I'm not perfect, I gotta get better. And that's just a hard thing for women to do, especially because the world is built by men for women. And the reason why women aren't held accountable as much is because we can get away with it. We slicker. We can, cry ourselves out of it. We can fuss ourselves out of it, bitch ourselves out of a situation to avoid that accountability.
Damn, that's all on point. That's crazy that you even noticed that, though. That's good.
Well, I'm a woman, and it was hard for me to introspect, but you know what? It was a hard pill to swallow, but I'd rather take my medicine than be unhealthy,
I like that. You hear this, John? This is a real one here. I didn't expect this at all.
Hey, it hurt. The truth hurts, but I'd rather be honest than not.
Okay. What do you think men's problems are right now? What do you think the situation is? Why a lot of men? I mean, we could always go from our point of view of like the people around me. They all get girls, right?
Yeah.
But in reality, you see men, like all these blue collar workers, people, living a day-to-day life. They're not, in limelight. They are not pulling at all. There's a lot of lonely men out there.
Yeah.
What do you think the reason is for that?
I think that men need to understand that women want them. It don't matter what you do. It don't matter how much money you make. It don't matter how you look. So probably get off the internet and go outside. And I don't think enough people are going outside to find a match. They taking what they think they should know off the internet and applying it to their real life. And it's unrealistic because the internet is just the internet. You got to go outside. You got to experience people. You got to know what you're going for. You got to know what you're not going for. And I feel like everybody does. But what men need to understand is that a woman is going to like you. It's just, are you bold enough and confident enough to go after the ones that like you and not the ones that you like?
Yeah. Okay, I like that.